Coming up next, another voice we haven't heard from in a bit. Let's hear it for Janet.
Almost didn't believe it, but there was enough electricity between us to power a small city, or maybe Kane, or even Logan Square. Every once in a while, my hair stands up on my arms or at the base of my neck. I feel the electricity in the air, and I wonder, is it just me? Or do you feel it? Do you feel that electricity between us still when we're suddenly together in the same room? That was one of 3 poems that were done in performance art shows from my last year living in Chicago. It's collected in this book called A Year-Long Journey. It's pretty straightforward. And so I will share 2 more with you on different themes. This first one is called Empty Chocolate Counter. I used to save what change I could when I was little, and I'd ride my bike to the Plush Horse ice cream parlor to get a scoop of their chocolate chip ice cream. That's chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips in it. But now that I got a job there, once I got that job there, only boys were allowed to actually scoop ice cream there. But it was under new management, and the new owner's brother, the owner, actually ran Dove Chocolates. So, at once, I was hired, but it was to work for their brand new candy counter. So, now, for the first time, at this ice cream parlor, it was open year-round instead of just in the summertime, and I was there to sell chocolates. Now, in the winter, it was safe to say that this place wasn't really busy. So I would sit there in the winter and trying to sell chocolates to people that's no one there, along with this guy that's trying to sell ice cream that nobody wants to buy in the dead of winter. Now, I couldn't get away with eating ice cream all the time while I was there, like individual chocolates for sale there, but they keep track of their inventory. But when it came to ice cream, then they just made that in the back room. So it was harder to actually keep track of. So every time I worked in the ice cream place, I'd make sure that everything was taken care of, and I'd get myself a 22-ounce chocolate chip ice cream shake, and I'd put extra fudge in it too, because that would make it so much better. But one Tuesday night in February, I was sitting in a chair behind the counter with my precious chocolate ice cream and chocolate chip shake, with fudge, of course, and a shake was in my hand, and right there the door opened, and the boss walked in. Oh my God, that's when the owner comes in, and I just dashed and shoved my shake under the counter, and I stood up at attention. "Hello, how are you?" I asked, and he just grumbled, and he went about his way, and he went to the back office, and he walked in the back, and whew, I was okay. But another day at work when I was there, the delivery truck came, and they brought a bunch of packages in, so I picked up a large box, and the owner just stopped me on the spot. "Wait a minute, that's heavy. You shouldn't carry that." And I laughed, and I explained, "Well, that's not a problem at all. I'm used to carrying 50-pound blocks of salt for our water retention at home. This isn't a problem at all. I'm fine." And I think maybe him seeing that women can actually stand up for themselves made it okay in the heat of summer to be, when the line for the ice cream was out the door, for me to be the first woman ever in this actual place to actually serve ice cream to the big boys. Now, looking back, you might say I'm some sort of feminist pioneer for being the first female to scoop ice cream there, but looking back, I didn't see it that way. I just remember homemade chocolate chip ice cream with extra chocolate chips and extra fudge, and molasses bits put on the top, and when it was all whipped together into that perfect shake, it was perfect no matter which gender did the work. Go back to my love theme for my last one. This one is called Jihadists and Astrophysics. I know gangs in Chicago shoot people on the streets. I know terrorists fly airplanes into buildings, set off bombs in basements. I know jihadists chop off the heads of anyone who doesn't believe the way they do. I know there's high-rises that I adore will one day crumble and be crushed into the dust from which they came. I know the sun one day will actually swell to touch the only earth we know, incinerating our only home. I know anything I say may only be a shout into a void, but I also know that I love you, and that love transcends the killing, transcends the depression, transcends the destruction. I have loved you since before I was born. And this is why I am so lucky that I found you. And they say there may be gunfire, there may be explosions, buildings may crumble. Our oceans won't save us from our red giant sun, but what I have for you, this love I have for you, this love transcends all. It has existed, it does exist, it will always exist. You may believe that there are too many things we need to save ourselves from, but we have one constant we cannot forget. My love for you has existed. It does exist. It will always exist. My love for you will outlast the beheadings. It will outlast and rise above the explosions. It will transcend the destruction. My love for you transcends the jihadists. It transcends astrophysics. It transcends the earth, the stars. It transcends the elements that make you and I, that make the universe itself. My love for you will always transcend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for Janet.